In Chapter 5 of Birthright against enemies with 100 crit, we are up against a map full of dark mages and mercenaries, who all have 100 crit. Here, Corrin is forcibly transformed into a feral dragon, which drastically increases her stats but makes her unable to use parent mechanics. At the bottom of the map, Ryoma duels the boss in a fight where he luckily cannot be crit because the boss is wielding a Kadachi. However, he's basically guaranteed to lose, making him unable to assist us unless we reset a very large number of times, which is something I'd like to avoid if possible. The enemies on this map are incredibly threatening, with Lunatic mercenaries being able to one-shot Corrin with effective critical damage, and the dark mages are also no joke, because their high magic damage is also enough to one-shot everyone, including Corrin. I begin the map by using Azura to have Corrin attack the two enemies on the right. She's able to one-shot both of them, preventing them from countering, and then move to take out the other two mercenaries on the left in a similar fashion. Around this time, Ryoma loses his duel, so he can't help us against the next group, which is a stationary formation of 2 mercenaries and 3 mages. Engaging this group is incredibly deadly because they'll one-shot any of my characters if I let them attack. I use an HP tonic that dropped from one of the mercenaries to boost Corrin's HP, and I try to use her to bait the enemies. Unfortunately, it's not quite enough, and she's at risk of dying, but I get a lucky dodge, allowing her to survive. On the next turn, 4 reinforcement dark mages spawn from the corners, which is pretty bad because I will soon be surrounded. Unfortunately, I can't even attack each of the group that I just baited because there are simply too many of them. Even if I defeat 2 with Corrin, the remaining 3 would wipe me out on the next turn. So I decide to try retreating to take out the reinforcements, but inevitably I get cornered and everyone on my team is killed by critical hits. On my next few attempts, I workshop a strategy to split up this enemy group by using Kazi and Renka as bait. Since Kazi and Renka can't really do any damage because they'll instantly die on a counter, they're better used as a way to distract enemies to split up the enemy formation so Corrin can take out smaller groups more safely. I fail quite a few times as I iterate this strategy, but eventually figure out a good plan. I send a Kazi-Renka pair up to the left to bait enemies as I put everyone else on the right. This causes 4 enemies to move to the left, and both Kazi and Renka are downed by critical hits. One of the mages, however, goes to the right, allowing me to pick him off with Corrin. As the reinforcements spawn in, I'm able to take advantage of the distance I've created to take out the 2 reinforcement dark mages on the right. Now the remaining enemies close in, so I kite them into the upper right of the map. Corrin eats a 27 damage crit, only surviving because of a fortuitous HP level up in order to take out the dark mage on the upper left, and I managed to split the remaining foes into 2 groups. I'm just barely able to heal Corrin, and I decided to take a gamble and have Corrin defeat 2 mercenaries while staying in range of enemy attack. Since Corrin dies in 2 hits while Azura and Sakura die in 1, I'm able to use both of them as bait as the dark mages will prioritize getting kills over doing damage. This alone wouldn't be enough, but I get very lucky as one of the mages misses when attacking Sakura. Sakura dies to a crit on the next attack, but this leaves me with a full HP Corrin and an alive Azura. I have Corrin take out 2 of the 3 remaining mages, and Azura dies to a crit on the next turn, allowing me to clean up the last mage with Corrin. This leaves only the boss, who is a feeble and pathetic enemy who cannot even land critical hits, which is a deficiency that dooms him to a swift death by Corrin's hand.